December 30. 2 days and counting from 2026. Fortune cookie. Welcome back, guys. Episode 11, last one of 2025. Let's fix this. Last one. Welcome back. I am your host, Barrels with Breland Almadova. What's up, guys? I'm actually excited to be here. I didn't think I'd start doing this podcast again, but it's fun. Just me, no one else, my own experiences shared with you, my knowledge that I've learned from years and years of experience and other people's knowledge in the baseball world, in life. Yeah, guys. Hope you had a great Christmas. Happy early New Year. And let's get into it. Episode 11. We're doing base running. Base running because it's most important. You want to know why? I just had this debate, I think, on Eric Burns's podcast. He did one with Clark. It was about what's more valuable, a position player or a pitcher. And I voted for position player because without position players scoring runs, a pitcher can never win a game. I don't care how dominant the pitcher is and gives a shutout of 0 runs. If your position players don't play defense and don't score runs, she's not home yet. But you can't win a game. I'm just doing a podcast for 20 minutes. So that was my reasoning. So position players more valuable than a pitcher. Pitcher can't win a game by itself. You don't have defense unless you strike everyone out, pitcher. So let it out. Anyways, Barrels with Breland, guys. This is your home for hitting fundamentals, baseball IQ, and face-driven perspective on the game through my eyes, through my brain. Stop laughing at me, man. Cousin's got a laugh over here. He has nothing to do. He's bored, eating cake, being a fat ass.
Hey, you had
Nope. No one saw me eat it, but everyone's seen you eat it. There we go. All right, but today, base running. Great hitters get noticed, but great base runners win games. Here we go. Talking points for the day. Base running is not just speed, it's instincts, angles, explosiveness, and awareness. 2, a good base runner plays fast because they think ahead. They know the situation. They listen to their base coach. And number 3, your goal. Turn singles into doubles, pressure defenses, and create chaos. Because that's how you put pressure on the defense, cause havoc, score runs, gain extra inches, gain extra bases. Elite base running is controlled aggression. You're smart first, fast second. So, here we go. We're going to start with you in the box because you can't get on base without you getting a hit or even home to first, probably most important base running skill you're going to need or knowledge you're going to need. So, getting out of the box. You swing, always finish your swing. Never be the guy because you're told if you're a leadoff guy or a fast guy that you got to just put the ball in play and run. Like, no. Hit first, follow through, run second. So that's lesson 1. All right. Then when we're stepping out of the box, I've always had a hard time with a false step. I've always think I've taken a false step because when I swing, let's show the feet. When I swing and I got to run this way to first, I take a drop and then I'm pushing off because my balance is so back or forward or whatever that I need the false step to go. Whereas sometimes I can go here and then just push off and go. So that creates half step less. Either way, we are trying to cut down seconds. So look, your best way is just hit, follow through, be quick, use your feet, lean forward, and get out of the box as fast as you can. Create your momentum to run to first. All right, your first step, explosive, directional. It's not losing. One thing I learned from my favorite base coach, base running coach and outfield coach is Joe Youngblood, and he said it's not about how fast you can be, but it's about gaining direction without losing distance. So we're gaining direction without losing distance. Okay? Because if you're able to turn your body a certain way faster, you're most likely faster because you are in that directional way of running to that from A to B. Okay? Instead of thinking go faster, change your direction faster and you'll be more explosive. So 2, when we're running to first, don't look where the ball is. You know where the ball is off the bat. So if it's, a ground ball, that's most likely hit directly at the infielder. Put your head down and run. All right, do not lunge, just knee drives. We're doing high knee drives, plant straight down. High knee drives, plant down. We don't want to run and reach. That's where we get guys straining the hamstrings or the quads. All right, perfect form. Up and down. That's why we do high knees. That's why we do butt kicks, because an actual butt kick isn't back. It's actually a high knee, and then you're trying to kick your butt like that. It's not back. That's what I learned from a track coach, actually. All right. The next important step when we get to the bag is where we're stepping on the bag. We step on the front half of the bag, guys. So, if we will use this 1993 toy. All right, so this is the bag. We're running this way. All right, the play's happening over here. Here's our foot. We're gonna step on the front half. So your front half of the foot steps on the front half of the bag. Not the middle, not the back. We want to set our toes, our front half, like that. And then we're running that way. Why? Because it's the quickest from A to B. If we step on the bag, that's split seconds from hitting the bag. This is the closest point to being safe. So we're hitting the front part of the bag, any foot. Right after that, we are checking to the right, guys. We're breaking down, checking to the right, see if there's a pass ball or overthrown ball. Okay, so that's kind of the main points right there from home to first. All right, after the bag, so hit, run, hard 90s every time, because the max you're going to do is 4 in the game. It's not hard to run a hard 90. Your coach is only asking you to run 90 feet hard 4 times. It ain't hard, guys. So, running hard, front part of the bag, break down, under control, read the overthrow possibilities. All right. Now, if we got a base hit, we're making our turn from almost the start of home plate. We're gradually going out. We're not going to do a question mark, run straight, and then bubble out. We're going to gradually just go and make our turn. Why? Because you're creating a better angle, less movement, and you'll get a better direction when you make the turn towards second base to get your secondary. Okay, so fast players separate themselves in those last few steps. It's the first steps and the last steps. How quick you can get out of the box and how well you can step on the bag. Some guys are slow and some guys are fast. We get the slow guys, but sometimes the slowest guys are the smartest guys. Okay. So here we go. When we're running the bags, another form of generality of base running. I'm not going to go over too much detail, but we want to hit the inside corners. We want to hit corners of every bag and use that as leverage to push off towards the next bag. Surrounding first base, we're hitting the inside corner of the bag. How can I describe this? When you're running at first base, it's the front left corner. That's the corner we're hitting even when we're making the round. All right? But when we're running towards first base and through it, it's smack dab in the middle, front half. All right? And we're creating basically a banana route. Like I said, a gradual banana route. We're not going to question it. So this will help us give us leverage to make a nice, sharp, quick turn, giving us a more directional, straighter line to second. Unless we know it's a triple, then we're picking up more speed, more intensity, and keeping that nice turn and not a big circle. It's going to be more of like a little parenthesis rather than a circle. Okay? So we want to take tight angles. Drop in our inside shoulder, which all the time is going to be your left shoulder because we're running counterclockwise in baseball. So we're dropping our left shoulder, hitting the inside turn. All right? Changing directions as quick as we can. Efficiency equals quickness. Okay? Now, on singles, we know we're going to continue our sprint on the corner and we're breaking down. Okay, possibly reading a bobbled ball overthrow or something where we can take second and we're keeping our momentum. It's almost like a turn, maybe 3 hard steps and then a shuffle out. And you keep the shuffle in case we got to keep going a second. So knowing when to take 2, it's either the ball's in the gap and we're going, or we know the ball is hit somewhere where the defense has to go left or right. And if we got speed, we can maybe chance it and take 2 and possibly a bad throw, or you just beat the throw because you're that fast. Okay, so especially if the outfielder is going away from second base, great time to aggressively take 2. All right, take an extra 90. Okay, so hesitation kills momentum. Decide early. Especially when we're young and we're growing and we're not in college yet. I would say middle school and high school, this is your time to test out your speed, test out your baseball knowledge, baseball IQ, and see what you can get away with and try to take extra bags. Decide early. Make decisions early and just go for it. If you think you can get second, go get second. If you get thrown out, fuck your coach yelling at you unless it was really stupid. Like the situation is you're down by, let's say, 2 runs in the bottom of the inning and you're the leadoff guy. You don't need to get to second base, especially on a close play. Because if you get thrown out, your run really didn't matter because you need 2 runs. Okay, so situation always matters anytime we're base running, so think about that. We're going to go into a little bit of stealing bases now. So our lead, standard lead, for me, let's see. We're always starting with our left foot on the right corner closest towards center field. Okay, so it's going to be a right, left, cross, right. Then it's like so right, left, right, turn. And then it's a 1 big shuffle with a half creep. And you should be able to lie down and not even touch the bag, and you're still maybe a foot from the bag. That would be your average perfect lead. All right, that's your base lead. Okay, so let's see if I can demonstrate this. All right, we're using a present box, so coming to you. The camera second base. We're going right, so the pitcher's this way. Always, we don't want to cross because then we have to turn our body if he decides to pick. So we go right, left, right. Now we're facing basically the catcher. Shuffle, then an extra half. Okay, and that's your base lead. That's the base. And then based on scouting reports, watching the pitcher throughout the game, you decide how much further you want to get. This is for a righty. For a lefty, it's always a one-way lead, but always keep the same 3 or right, left, big side, half side, and keep that as your base lead, and it's a one-way lead. Okay, one-way lead meaning you could even lean back towards first base until the ball is thrown towards home plate, then take 2 shuffles out for your secondary. Okay, so be comfortable but explosive. Athletic stance, a little wider than shoulders width apart. And I was always taught, if I'm chasing, I was always taught right foot slightly open so we can clear. So this is squared off. We want to be offline and a little open so that this left leg can clear and it doesn't have to go around. I think that's a beautiful angle. So we want to be off. And it's always, 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 always. It's impossible to just go and kick, but always going to be a drop step because we're changing direction. We're not losing distance because the left foot hasn't left. So you're not changing any distance and making it longer. We're going quick drop step, and it ends up being natural as well. So don't worry about practicing it. Just practice about being as explosive and quick as you can. Drop step, go. You see how quick that is? Whereas if you try to go straight on, you got to go all the way around. So boom. Okay, that's basics. Now, always take signs on the bag. When we dive back, we're diving back to the farthest corner, which is the foul line left back, basically where you started the lead. All right, so reading the picture, keys, back heel, shoulder tilt, head movement, timing patterns, little things that he does you could watch in the dugout. Always look and read for pitchers, cues, keys, signals, anything like that. Most pitchers are creatures of habit. Okay, so the first move, do not stand up. Keep your chest angled and exploded. We want to be in a good position. We don't want to be staying up, and we don't want to be too far down because then we can't get our momentum towards second base. Okay, no false steps. Right foot replaces the left and go. So that's basically saying the drop step. You just drop step, change direction, go. All right. Sliding. Aim for the front corner of the bag. Hands up, fingers high. We don't ever want to really put our hand down to brace because we want to be so straight that our weight isn't on one side or the other. We want to land on our butt, sliding feet first, be controlled and not reckless. Fingers high, like a roller coaster. And reach for that bag, and you're using whichever leg is under you to pop up off the bag and either continue or stay. So stealing bases starts before the pitch is thrown. Steal with your mind, finish with your legs. All right, read pitchers, read cues, sneak your eyes, peep into the catcher's little signal pocket. I know it's getting harder now with the technology where now it's just buttons and there's no more signs. So that kind of sucks. That's what I hate about baseball now is we're doing technology because of the whole Astro scandal. BS, stealing signs is part of the game. How they did it, as far as telling their players and teammates, yeah, okay, maybe a little bush league, but hey, they were stealing signs. Maybe shouldn't have used the cameras and whatnot, but if you're on second base as a base runner and you're stealing signs, or you're on first base stealing signs and able to get a good jump off a good pitch, kudos to you. That's baseball. That's the cat and mouse game, the game within the game. That was baseball. Okay, so few last things, guys. We're going to go over this quick. Situational base running, less than 2 outs. Ground ball to left side. Actually, you know what? No. Oh, we're always freezing on a line drive. Always freeze. Leave your plant leg, and you could change direction by just turning back towards the base that you're originally on. So if you're on third, second, or first, line drive, boom. You don't have to take a step, but as you're turning, you're reading the ball and the player. Because if it's caught, you just keep on going, take your steps, and dive back. We don't ever want to guess ourselves in secondary and hesitate, and that's when you get doubled off. Okay. If you're on first base, no matter what ball on the ground, you are going to second. You are breaking up a double play if it stays on the infield. If it goes to the outfield, you're looking to take 3. If it's hit to right field, depending on where the fielder fields it, how he's running, take 3. We're going first to third every time. We're being aggressive. All right. And then we're looking at our base coach. Always picking up our base coach if the ball is behind you. If the ball's in front, that's your judgment call. Okay? Keep your head on a swivel, third base coach, and the ball and the fielders. You really, as a base runner, need to be aware of everything. And always before the pitch, know where your fielders are, know the situation, know the outs, know what your run means, and just play the game. All right, fly balls, less than 2 outs. It all depends. If you're on second base, this is the main thing I want to talk about. When you're in second base, less than 2 outs. Actually, second base, no outs. Automatic tag. We're tagging. I don't care if it's a short ball hit to left and it's in front of you. We are tagging because our only priority, our only goal as a runner on second base with no outs is to get to third base, because then it's the next batter's job to drive you in. Okay, our job from second base is not to score with no outs. That's the hitter's job. Just move us over, get us in. So it takes 2 batters to score 1 run. All right. Just, if you're playing simple, playing baseball, it takes 2. We can't rely on a double. We can't rely on home runs because we're playing singles. Singles are the most commonly hits in a game. It takes 2 hits to move you over and score. It takes 1 if the batter in front does his job, bunts you or hits it to the right side to get you over, and then another batter hits you in. Okay, so ball's in the air, no outs, automatic tag. If it is a blooper, we can be, that's a judgment call. If you can read the defense going for the ball and the ball dropping and its rate of speed and velocity, and you got a good jump, take the chance of shuffle, read. Once you know that ball is dropping, you can go and try and get to 3, because then it's first and third, right? Now, ball, man on second, 1 out, automatic halfway, automatic. I don't care if the ball is hit to the warning track. We're not worried about tagging, okay? Because we are trying to score from second base. So if you're on second base tagging and the guy is running to the warning track and he ends up not making the catch, you might not score. Now, if you were halfway, you're walking in, scoring the run for your team. So that's why we want to go halfway on every ball hit to the outfield that's in the air, because we want to be able to walk home if something happens. The ball is dropped, misread, he dives and misses it. We want to be able to just walk on home. All right, guys? With 2 outs, contact. We're going on contact, guys. Contact, ball on the ground, we're going on contact. Okay. Let's see. 2 out mentality. You're running on anything in play. No hesitation. You're reading hitters' hands. Listen to your coach, because I've had this debate with other friends and coaches. With 2 outs, are we going on his hand swinging, on the swing, or are we seeing it put in play? So there's 2 ways to do it. It all depends on what the coach wants, the feel of the situation. Because, sometimes if it's 2 strikes, 2 outs, if he swings, it's either put in play, a strikeout, a foul ball, and you don't have to worry about being picked off. So, but some coaches don't want that aggressiveness and just want to see the ball put in play, so you wait for contact. So you just listen to your coach, all right? Let's go infield in. It all depends where you are. Like, if it's bases loaded, infield in, we got to go. You're going. Obviously, you're reading line drives, reason on line drives. Ball hits soft, you're reading angle and pace. Sometimes we're going on a contact play. Sometimes we're seeing it through. This is all judgment and coach's responsibility to tell you what he wants. Let's see. Last one we want to go over real quick is runners on second or third. We want to see the ball down. If it's in the air, we want both guys to tag. Another good play, first and third, ball in the air, both runners tag. Because then, if that runner on third is very important, defenses might panic when they see the first base runner tag as one, run to second simultaneously as the third is trying to score, and they might cut the ball off and get the runner at first trying to get to second, and that could score a very crucial run. So I've learned that in indie ball at St. Paul Saints. I think always tag first and third, both runners, and just go. That way you get the run, and the defense will see the runner at first, and you know it will sacrifice the out for the run. That's big time, okay? So, in general, we want to read the ball, read line drives, know our situations, and then trust your instincts, trust your coaches, and don't be afraid to challenge a slow relay. No guys' arms, no guys' speeds on defense. Okay, championship teams are the ones who don't give away bases because every 90 feet matters. And you know what? Every inch matters. If you remember the World Series, the Blue Jays lost by literally like 2 inches, right? The ball, it was infield in, bases loaded. Ball chopped to second. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, in my opinion, didn't get the best lead at third base. I mean, you are going on contact. The main rule of a third base runner is you get the same distance that the third baseman is away from the third base. And you're taking a contact secondary. So it's going to be right, left, and you're doing that jump just as the ball is getting in the hitting zone, because then right there you're seeing it on the ground or in the air, and you're going. So I really think just based off of one play, they lost that game because of bad base running. Bad base running lost the Blue Jays. 2 inches would have gave them the World Series, but no. So either that's coaching that made the mistake, or that's baseball IQ of not knowing how crucial that situation was and how crucial he needed to score in a situation of a chopped ball on a play at home. So good for you, Dodgers. You made the play. You had the defense. And unfortunate mental mistakes, I think, by the Blue Jays. So congrats to the Dodgers capitalizing, won an extra inning. All right, guys. This is it. My last 2 cents for 2025. We're going to 2026. So here we go. Going to our little faith segment. God is watching, guiding, and running beside you every time you step on the field, every time you step in life, every time you drive a car, wherever you are. So here's our messages. Base running requires trust. You commit before you know the outcome. Faith is the same way. You don't see the whole field, but God does. He sees your steps. He sees your process. He sees your discipline. He sees your effort. He guides your direction. So just trust your skills, your abilities. Be persistent, be resilient, be unstoppable. So, Psalms 121:8 says, "The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore." So trust. It's trust. Have faith. Whether you're taking a lead, around in a bag, or pushing through life's trials, God is watching your steps, running right beside you. Stay faithful, stay ready. Trust the path He's laid out. Trust the plan. Go for it. No hesitation. Put all your worries on Him. Trust. Do the homework. Do the work. Put the time in. Thanks for watching, guys. This is episode 11, Barrels with Breland. We did base running today. We'll do more base running on another episode because there's so much to learn. So thank you, guys. Share this on YouTube. I will post this next week. It'll be on Instagram. No, it won't. It'll be on Spotify. But I will post a story saying that it's out on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe down below. Thank you. No Filter Network. Alkaya up above. The new supplement brand coming out. Mine, all-in-one, creatine, electrolyte, and anti-inflammatory performance recovery, all-in-one. Convenience, simple, effective, quality, health. So thank you, guys. Yeah. So I'll see you next time. Stay fast, stay focused, stay faithful. Happy New Year. God bless. Cherry.